Morning to everyone. Please allow us another 2-3 minutes. We'll start exactly at 11:05. We'll wait for some more people to join in. And at 11:05, we'll start the presentation on study abroad, Japan. Thank you everyone who's joined us today. We'll start the webinar now. And at the end of the webinar, we are going to open the floor for questions, any specific university related, course related, or country related questions that you could have. We would love to address all of those. Meanwhile, feel free to chat in the box, write down all your queries. Today with me, I have Vaishali. Vaishali holds more than a decade of experience in doing one-to-one counseling, helping students get into the top universities globally. She has expertise across all countries, all domains. So whether it's undergraduate studies, masters, or PhD, she has helped a lot of students from India and abroad get into the top universities globally. Vaishali, over to you.
Thank you, Geeta. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. We are taking this session mainly to give a perspective on what requirements are there if we want to study in Japan. So I will just start with the presentation. Just a second. Are we able to see the presentation?
Yes, Vaishali, we can see the screen.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'll be sharing here real pathways, figures, and strategies specifically for Indian aspirants. So we will cover mainly university choices, course, admissions, scholarships, visas, careers, and daily life in Japan. Japan is a country increasingly sought after by Indian students for its world-class education and open society. Please feel free to note your questions. Now, first and foremost, we will talk about why we want to study abroad. Studying abroad helps you grow personally and in your studies. You also get to learn about different cultures, which makes you more flexible and independent. It helps you improve your language skills, gain confidence, and network around the world. And finally, of course, you become more mature, strong, and better at solving problems. Coming to the slide of why we choose Japan. We are mainly talking about here the universities and the English programs available there. Japan is home to world-class universities featured in top global rankings. For instance, University of Tokyo, which is ranked 32 globally, Kyoto University, which is ranked 50, and Tokyo Tech, which is ranked 85. These institutions have excellent research and academic reputation globally. Importantly, many Japanese universities offer English taught programs, making it accessible for international students. I can give you an example of University of Tokyo has full undergraduate courses in English, such as Japan in Asia, East Asia, and environmental sciences. Tokyo Tech and Tohoku University also offer international graduate programs in English, including STEM fields like molecular chemistry and mechanical engineering. We continue with the slide of why choose Japan with respect to the industry links, the tuition, jobs, and infrastructure. Japan's universities they maintain strong industry connections, especially in sectors like automotive, robotics, AI, material science, and life sciences, benefiting students through internships and job placements. Automobile industry. Indian graduates from Nagoya University have secured jobs at Toyota and Honda. IT and AI. Many Indian students from Osaka University's AI program now work at SoftBank and Rakuten. Healthcare and biotech. Graduates from Kyushu University are engaged in medical research and pharmaceutical companies. The tuition fees here in Japan are competitive. Annual tuition at top national universities is around 5,35,800 yen to 6,42,960 yen, which is approximately coming to around 3 to 4 lakh rupees. Far more affordable compared to the US or UK costs, which often exceed 70 to 80 lakh rupees. Japan's youth unemployment rate is impressively low, under 5%, compared to many Western countries, underscoring favorable job prospects. Japan is also a golden mix of tradition and modernity. Indian students can explore cherry blossom festivals, futuristic cities like Tokyo, ancient temples, and rich cultural heritage. Moreover, Japan offers safe, clean cities with world-renowned public transport, providing an excellent environment for students. Now, we talk about the Indian students in Japan, the numbers and the competition. Looking at Indian student distribution worldwide, Japan currently hosts around 1,445 Indian students, a very low number compared to countries like the US, which have more than 330,000 students, and Canada, which have more than 427,000 Indian students. Now, what is the benefit of this? This low competition makes Japan a highly attractive option. Better chances to secure scholarships, internships, and post-study jobs. Indian students can enjoy a quality education with less crowded campuses and more personalized support. So we can see here the high competition countries on the slide in the last line: US, Canada, UK, and Australia. They can still offer strong programs and exposure, but of course there are stiffer entry and post-study job markets. And of course, visa issues. Now we come to the QS ranking and estimated undergraduate tuition fees. Sorry, just one second. is a snapshot of top Japanese universities and their QS World Ranking for 2026, along with estimated undergraduate fees for 4 years. We can see the University of Tokyo, which is ranked 36. The tuition is around rupees 3.5 to 3.6 lakh per year. Kyoto University ranked 57, again tuition of around 2.9 to 3.5 lakh rupees a year. Tokyo Institute of Technology ranked 85, tuition 2.9 to 3.5 lakh rupees a year. University of Osaka ranked 91, tuition fees 2.9 to 3.5 lakh rupees a year. And so on. You can read in terms of the public universities, whatever they are charging. Now we can see in the last 2 points here, the Waseda University, which is a private university, which is ranked 196. It estimated UG fees are around 6.9 to 9.9 lakhs. And Kyoto University, which is also a private university, which is ranked 215, and the fees are rupees 5.5 to 8.3 lakhs. So these fees illustrate that public universities are significantly more affordable than the private ones. Now we talk about the types of institutions which are prevailing in Japan. So in Japan, several types of higher education institutions operate. The first being the universities for undergraduate, which takes 4 years. Bachelor's degrees with 124 plus credits, 6 years for medicine or dentistry or veterinary or pharmacy. Focus on specialization and research leading to graduate study or employment. The second is the graduate schools, the master's programs, which are of 2 years, which require 30 plus credits. Doctoral, 5 years beyond master's, and professional degrees in law, education, business, etc. Junior colleges, 2 to 3 years, practical and vocational focus. Example, nutrition, childcare, teaching with pathways to employment or university credit transfer. Next comes colleges of technology, the COSEN, which is 5 years. Associate degrees with strong technical and hands-on engineering training. Admission after junior high school with paths to industry or university transfer. And the last is specialized training colleges, the Senmon Gakko, 2 to 4 years. Diplomas or advanced diplomas focusing on vocation and professional skills in IT, design, tourism, healthcare, and business. Mainly employment oriented, but sometimes allow further study also. Next, we come to the language of instruction. Japanese and English are primary languages of instruction in Japan. The Japanese taught degrees typically require strong Japanese proficiency, especially JLPT N2 or N1. The EJU exam, that is the examination for Japanese university admission for international students, is generally required for undergraduate applications. This exam is offered twice yearly, that is in June and November, and can be taken before arriving in Japan. Next comes the English taught degrees, which are rapidly expanding with hundreds of programs across major universities under initiatives like Global 100. The availability of English-led classes makes Japan accessible even without Japanese proficiency. Now, since we have talked about the Japanese taught degrees, I would like to talk a little bit more about the chances to learn Japanese. For Indian students, learning Japanese can really change the game. It improves your chances of getting jobs in Japan also. And it also helps you work in global companies like Toyota, Sony, and SoftBank. It gives career options in translation, diplomacy, and international relations. It also makes it easier to connect with people in Japan's business and tech world. And finally, many universities even provide free Japanese courses to help international students settle in faster. Next, we come to, are you eligible for bachelor's in Japan? When we talk about the eligibility here, we are talking mainly about the eligibility for undergraduate programs, which requires completion of 12 years of schooling, class 12, plus meeting university specific requirements. There are two pathways, path A and path B. In path A, Japanese taught route requires EJU exam and possibly JLPT or EJU Japanese components. Path B is the English taught route, where you have to submit the standardized test scores if required, English proficiency via IELTS or TOEFL, and complete any portfolio or admissions are direct to universities with no central application portal like UCAS or UniAssist. Many universities accept overseas applications and pre-arrival admissions. Next, we talk about, are you eligible for master's or doctorate? For master's and doctoral programs, one must hold a recognized bachelor's degree with strong transcripts and CV. Applications generally require a research plan, statement of purpose, letters of recommendation, and proof of language proficiency. Japanese programs advanced Japanese skills. English programs IELTS or TOEFL with program-specific score cutoffs. Application deadlines vary by university and intake. Some offer rolling admission for English programs. Next, we talk about application time. Now, they are talking mainly about plan application optimally, like how we are supposed to, ensuring that from at least 1.5 years or so, we are working towards applying and all the formalities are completed properly. So here, 12 to 15 months before intake, prepare and take language and standardized tests. That is EJU, IELTS, TOEFL, JLPT, whichever is applicable, and start preparing SOP, the CV, and the letters of recommendations. 9 to 12 months before the intake, submit applications directly to universities based on their specific deadlines and intake periods. 6 to 9 months before you receive the admission offer, university applies for your certificate of eligibility, which is called the COE. 3 to 6 months before intake, you arrange for housing, flights, and attend pre-departure orientation. And then finally, 1 to 2 months before departure, you apply for student visa using the certificate of eligibility and the Japanese embassy or consulate. Next, we talk about the tuition fees. Here, we are talking about the approximate tuition fees, taking into consideration that there might be escalations also every year. Approximate annual tuition fees for national or public graduate schools are around 8,20,000 yen, which works out to around rupees 4,83,000 plus. National or public universities for undergraduate, they cost around 8,20,000 yen to 9,30,000 yen, which comes out to around 4.8 to 5.5 lakh Indian rupees. Then comes the private universities, which we talked about. They are a little costlier than the public universities, which is excluding the medical. That is around 11 lakh yen, which works out to around rupees 6.5 lakh rupees. Private medical, dental, pharmacy programs that cost around 8,50,000 yen to around 32 lakh yen, which is rupees 5 lakh to rupees 18.8 lakhs. Junior colleges, the fees are 6 lakh yen to 9,60,000 yen. That is rupees 3.5 lakhs to rupees 5.6 lakhs. Colleges of technology, the national ones, they cost around 3,20,000 yen, which is around 1.9 lakh rupees. Specialized training colleges, they charge around 9 lakh yen, which works out to around 5.3 lakh rupees. There are additional costs which include entrance exam fees, teaching materials, practical training expenses, etc. Of course, the fees vary by school and location. Next comes the indicative living costs. Here we talk about the average monthly living expenses which vary again by region. JASSO, the full form of that is Japan Student Services Organization, and official data indicate average monthly expenses for international students are roughly 95,000 yen, which works out to rupees 57,000 per month. In Tokyo and other large metropolitan areas, the cost can go up to around 1,46,000 yen, which works out to 87,000 Indian rupees. This covers mainly rent, food, transportation, utilities, health, insurance, and leisure. Managing living costs by cooking at home, sharing accommodation, and engaging with student communities can help reduce expenses. So here's a rough breakdown of monthly living expenses by region in Japanese yen. Like Hokkaido, it would be around 94,000 yen, Tohoku 82,000 yen, Kanto 1,23,000 yen, Chubu 1,01,000 yen, Kinki 89,000 yen, Chugoku 84,000 yen, Shikoku 82,000 yen, Kyushu 80,000, and Tokyo 1,30,000. You can see that Tokyo is the costliest. This illustrates how living costs depend greatly on location, with urban centers being costlier. The next slide, we talk about work while studying, which is the part-time jobs. International students are allowed to work part-time with a special permit called permission to engage in activity other than that permitted. You may work up to 28 hours per week during academic terms. During long vacations, work can be up to 8 hours per day and 40 hours per week. The total working hours across multiple jobs must stay within these limits. Work categories and their approximate employment rates include restaurant business around 35%, sales 30.2%, factory worker around 6%, teaching or research assistant 5%, language teacher 3%, delivery 3.5%, cleaning 3%, general administration 3%, translation or interpreting again 3%. Part-time work offers students vital income and local experience. Next, we come to the scholarships for international students. Scholarship opportunities include MEXT, which is the Japanese government scholarship, sponsored by the Ministry of Education since 1954, covering tuition, stipend, and travel. Apply via Japanese embassies or universities. Next is the JASSO scholarship. Here, we talk about the Mongbu Gakusho Honors Scholarship, which talks about mainly for the privately financed students and exchange students under international agreements. Third is the local government and international associations. Scholarships provided regionally. Here, eligibility criteria vary. Fourth comes the private foundations, offered by companies and organizations often linked to specific fields or regions. Most scholarships are applied for post-arrival, though some accept overseas applications also. Next, we come to visa and financial proof. After receiving an offer, your university will apply for your certificate of eligibility, which is required for visa application. You must submit proof of financial capacity, typically bank statements or scholarship award letters indicating approximately 20 lakh to 30 lakh yen, which works out to around rupees 12 lakh to rupees 18 lakh to cover 1 year of tuition and living costs. We have to give this proof and ensure that we give an actual bank statement copy which shows that this balance is sufficing. Submit your student visa application at the Japanese embassy or consulate with your COE and the required documents. Next comes opportunities for students. Students can benefit from tech and engineering internships, roles in global businesses such as automotive, electronics, and finance. Then there are research assistantships, participation in on-campus language and cultural programs, access to career services aimed specifically at international hiring in Japan and wider Asia. I would like to harp more on the point number 3, which talks about the research assistantships. We can be a research assistant to a particular professor, and this helps not only in gaining experience, but it looks very good on your CV if you have assisted a reputed professor. Coming next slide, we talk about the takeaways. The pros of studying in Japan. Globally ranked universities with English programs, that is the first advantage. Second is low youth unemployment and strong job market. Safe, reliable infrastructure and high quality of life. Next, globally relevant tech-driven economy. Affordable education compared to Western countries. Now, what should we be cautious about? The language strategy. Choosing between Japanese or English taught programs. Decentralized application system, which applies to each university separately. So there is no common app or a UCAS method, and you have to apply at each university on a separate foot. Next comes certificate of eligibility and visa documentation complexities, which we need to really take care, mainly so that our visa process is conducted smoothly. City-dependent living costs. As you have seen in the earlier slide, the living costs vary from city to city. Here we talk about how Mentora helps you to succeed. Our comprehensive support includes university selection tailored to your interests, language path, budget, and location. Second, preparation for tests and documents, including EJU, JLPT, IELTS, TOEFL, SOPs, LORs, CVs, and research plans. As informed earlier, SOP stands for Statement of Purpose, LOR stands for Letter of Recommendations, and CV stands for Curriculum Vitae. Third point, we talk about the direct university applications, including university preparations and the interview preparations. That is also where Mentora helps you. Fourth, assistant with scholarships, including MEXT, JASSO, and university-specific awards, along with deadline and paperwork management. Fifth, Mentora also helps you with pre-departure support, including COE and visa file compilation, housing guidance, cost planning, and arrival checklists. We also give you nitty-gritties of how you can save your costs, like for example, if you share your room, etc. We guide you from initial counseling right through your first day in Japan. Finally, A big thank you for joining this session. Please reach out for a free personalized consultation via our website or WhatsApp. Let's work together to turn your study in Japan dream into a reality with Mentora's expert guidance.
Thank you so much for the session, Vaishali. It was lovely to get the inputs. To everybody out there, this is our website and our phone number. Feel free to write to us. We would do a 30-minute free session for you. Vaishali personally is going to do the session, so you can come prepared with all sort of questions that you have. And it doesn't have to be restricted to Japan. Like I mentioned, she's done counseling for all the parts, whether it's UK, US, any university specific. So please feel free and reach out to us, book a one-to-one free session with Vaishali, with us, and we'd be more than happy to guide you on this study abroad journey. Thank you and have a lovely weekend.
Thank you all. Have a nice day.